Hey guys, how's it going? This is Average Scale Modeler. This will be the final build update for this tank as the assembly is pretty much 100% completed. All I have left is to put these little pegs right here that go down here and the accessories which I will put on after painting. I was expecting this final assembly, assembly 7 with the turret and machine guns to go smoothly like the rest of the kit was. However, I was surprised, unfortunately. The fits were not very good. This piece up here, the cupola, whatever you want to call it, I think that's what it is. Not the best fit, but definitely not the worst fit on this assembly. The machine gun was by far one of the most complicated and just really dumb assembly ideas that this kit had. It's just, the instructions were very vague on this. They tell you on the instructions, excuse me, the lighting's pretty bad right now, I apologize. Right here, as you can see, like the attachment point is like a square, and it goes into this piece right here. And apparently that it's supposed to pop into place into a slot or something. But the slot they give you is like a little slit, and the square just isn't even close to fitting that. I don't know what the heck happened. It made no sense to me. So what I ended up doing was just sanding some parts down on it and kind of getting it close up to it as possible, and then just gluing the square over top of the attachment point because it just went right over it. The slit they gave you made no sense at all. I don't know what they were thinking or what I was thinking. Maybe I screwed it up, but I doubt it on this one, guys. So that part pretty much sucked. Also, the part that attaches right here, that attaches the machine gun and all that, wasn't very good. It just wasn't molded correctly. Like they made it the part that goes up against the tank right here, it goes down, then it's supposed to go across, and then down. So a part kind of slips into that little slot, but they didn't cut the slot high enough. So it was going against the part, and it wasn't slipping into place. It was just hitting it, and it wasn't pushing up against it. So I had to sand a little bit of that down and put it in place. It's a little bit fragile, but if you don't mess with it, it'll stay. The detail on the machine gun, though, is nice. I mean, the machine gun itself isn't bad. It's just the assemblies that they gave you for it made no sense at all. I put this piece on, not really sure what it is. I think it adds a nice touch. Also, I put these things right here on. There's 3 of them. That went fine. They slipped in there into the slot they gave you pretty well, no problems. However, another thing that was very confusing to me was attaching the 37mm gun right here. The things you had to put together for it up here were a little finicky, but you got them into place, and they did fit pretty well once you figured out what to do with them. So not a huge problem there, as long as you do it right at all. So the problem I had was trying to get this gun in here and then get the turret over top of it. Because apparently this tank is supposed to have a gun you can like change the elevation. But the way they're showing it right here is that you don't glue the gun into the mantlet, and then you glue the mantlet to the turret itself, which I didn't understand how that was going to work, because to get the gun to move, the mantlet has to move also, or else the gun's just not going to move. So I kind of did the opposite of what the instructions said. I glued the gun into the mantlet and the machine gun into the mantlet, and then put the mantlet on and didn't glue it. So as you can see, the gun can change elevation. As you can see, I didn't glue the turret in yet, but the gun, you can elevate and de-elevate the gun. So I don't know if they made a mistake or maybe I just read it wrong, but in the end, it really isn't a big deal because I did get it to work. I don't think the depression of the gun is as good as I thought it was going to be, but I mean, it really doesn't matter. So I fixed that. That probably took me an hour or 2 of just like brainstorming what to do, and then eventually concluding that I needed to break off from what the instructions said to get this thing to work. Because if you glued the mantlet, as you can see, the mantlet moves. If you glued it to the turret, it would not move, and you would not be able to move the gun, elevate the gun at all. So I think they did make a mistake there. So there's that. Also, the assembly here, it's kind of vague. Took me about 10-20 minutes to figure out exactly what they wanted me to do, because it appears that the seats aren't going flat across the chair. They're kind of like at an angle. That's the way it fit for me. I mean, that's just the way it went for both of them. I think that's right, but I mean, I never really saw a seat that was angled down that you had to sit in. Also right here, these things that it looks like the chairs can move up and down on. They didn't really tell you exactly how high to put the chair, but looking at some pictures of the kit, it appears that the top of the seat pretty much goes right up against here, like up at this height. So that's what I did. Yeah, so there's that. So the assembly's pretty much done. The tracks, both sets are done. They turned out great. I did snap one in half, but I'll just glue that back in. So yeah, this is the finished product. Also, I have an idea of doing a diorama with it. I did a diorama with Rebels 148B17. I'll show you that very soon. But this is pretty much the base for it. I'll put it on here in something like that. I'll maybe make a tent or two out of toothpicks and one of my dad's old pair of khaki shorts or something. And then I've got some sand for it. Kind of make a North Africa desert diorama. It shouldn't be too hard. I mean, just sand, a tent maybe. So yeah, that'll be a pretty cool project. Also, painting. Yes, so I should be painting today, which I'm pretty excited about. I went to Walmart and I picked up some of the blue paint. This is a wildflower blue. And I also picked up some Rust-Oleum almond or whatever. And I know what some of y'all are thinking. Philip, that's not custom mixed Model Master aerosol spray paint. Yeah, you're right. I got it from Walmart. But it also didn't cost $6 for a small can. I mean, this big can cost about $4. Might not be the exact color, but I mean, for $4, it's close enough for me. So, that leads me to, I guess, a channel update in this video too. I'm going to Florida on Friday, and I'll be there till about the 6th or so. Then I'll leave for my dad's to go back to my mom's on the 10th of July. So I don't think I'll be able to get this tank done by then, unfortunately. And I don't want to be transporting the tank, back and forth. I know something will just go wrong, break something off, lose a part. So I think this is a build that I'll be doing every other weekend when the school year starts when I come over here. So it might take a while before you see another update on it, painting update or whatever. But I mean, that's just the way it works out sometimes. I do have a P40 I'll be doing an inbox review on. Also, it'll be back to the Stuka when I get back to my mom's. So there are definitely some more videos coming, but this one might take a while. There might be some pretty sizable breaks, like 2 weeks, because I only see my dad every 2 weeks or so on the weekend. So that's when I'll be working on it. I have to say, I had a blast with this tank. There were some bumps in the road, but I mean, that's just what happens sometimes. That's what you encounter in this hobby. Just some bumps. You just have to analyze the problem and do something about it. And when it turns out great, I mean, it's worth it. So, I mean, I had a blast building this tank. I'm definitely getting another tank. I went to my hobby store, and I saw an Su-85. And I don't know why, but I'm really liking these Soviet heavy tanks and tank destroyers. I just think they look sweet. It's the Tamiya Su-85 with the 7 crew figures and the Tamiya weathering set. So, I mean, the weathering set alone is like $10 or something, and the kit was $43, I think. My birthday is going to be coming up in like 4 months or so in October. So, my uncle's going to be coming down to see if I can get him to buy it for me. I put it in a special hiding place in the store so no one would hopefully get it. So yeah, I should be doing inbox view on that in like 4 or 5 months. I know it's a long ways away, but I mean, I'm already excited about it. That tank looks freaking awesome. So yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Thanks for all the support on this build on my channel. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Yeah, that's about it. So I'll start painting this thing, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.